everybody. So, catch up with me Wednesday, I guess. I'm finally getting to this video. The book talk one took me the longest, surprisingly enough, for such a short video. You can find the book talk video for March in the playlist book talk. Those of you who may not know me, I am S.A. Crow. I write romance suspense. I have a series out, the Fired series, connected by a group of people. Be a 9-book series, and book 3 is coming out later this year. So I also write under another pen name, Anne Crow. And right now I'm doing articles and things like that. I'm working on that book series, but I am play testing it a bit with some readers. We are playing a RPG, text RPG, and we are seeing if they can break my world. I want to make sure they can break my world before a reader can. So that's more in depth. That's an urban fantasy series with a noir twist. You can support me on Buy Me a Coffee. And if you do, you get a weekly read of the urban fantasy stuff. So that's really exciting, and you can go back and read everything. March. My top priority in March was self-growth. My writing project was Prep March for Camp April, which I am now doing Camp April. My author project, because there's a difference between my writing project and my author project. My author project is edits for book 3. We are working on developmental edits. I'm working with my developmental editor and with ProWrite Aid to get those chapters even better for you guys. So even if you have read the alpha read or the beta read of If the Seas Catch Fire, which is book 3 in Steve and Mallory's story, it's going to be different. And of course, my blog theme was Prep March, talking about the characters and what's going on. And my word of the month was growth. So what did I do? What was going on in March? If you want to read about the books I read in March, there look for the book talk video. Oh my gosh. I was able to count how many days I had to write in March and April. So I did the math for my project. That was one good thing I did. I did that early on. I also did a video, which I will link somewhere, probably over here. No, over here. Or it'll also be linked in the show notes. My battle with Ingram Sparks. And I go full in depth into that, and I made that video last month. And if you would like more videos on like my journey and what's going on and things like that, and what I'm using, let me know. I would love to make videos on like the software I'm using and things I'm doing, and how I work as a writer. I dyed my hair purple. So one of the big things I did was, because I write in the large living space. The house that we rent in North Texas has a living room and led into what would probably be the dining room, which, come on, I'm Gen X. We didn't do dining rooms. We kind of went away with the dining room. So we have the dining room space as our office space. So Jen, if you've watched any of my videos, like my sprinting videos, you know that I love my Jen. She sits right beside me. Most of the time. And she's playing Skyrim right now. So I'm watching her talk to the Jarl in Whiterun. And so I'm open to all this space. And we had this couch that was broken, and it's too big to exit on its own. Like, it was a miracle we got it in the house. And so we completely took it apart and took it out to the curb. And I have scars to prove my battle with the couch. So it really helped make this space, this combined space, flow better. Like, we can almost see each other better now. And yeah, it's just a much better space. And I fully hold to the truth. Move your stuff occasionally, change the energy, freshen things up. And there's a thing I'm doing this year where It's a feng shui tip, and it says move 27 things in your space. And so we did. We moved 27 things around and had to get the living room just the way Jen wanted it and I wanted it, and we finally got it to a compromise. So, filed my taxes, which, if you don't know yet, I will put the equation somewhere on here that author equals entrepreneur, whether you are traditionally published or indie published. Yeah. So I went with sole proprietorship because I didn't have the money at the time to do an LLC, and I truly don't have the money to do an LLC. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead and sue me. You're not going to get much. I'm a struggling author. I am happy to report that I made 5 times what I made the last year. That is exciting to see within the first 5 years. I knew the first 5 years were going to be hard, but to actually see 5 times the growth within 1 year was fantastic. So if you would like to help me, head on over to Buy Me a Coffee. I not only have some subscriptionships, but I also have printables. I have planners and trackers and things like that for you. So, and a few free things. So head on over there, and that makes a big difference for me. Of course, I will also share the links for where you can get Into the Fire and The Fire Inside, which are books 1 and 2. And if you sign up for my newsletter, you can get a free book called Home Fires, which is exciting. I can't believe it. In March, my second book turned 1 year old, which was so delightful. I was so happy that it's made it this far. Also, if you buy those versions now, those are first versions. Those are first editions. Second editions will be coming out of those very soon, and with a surprise coming very soon. I'm really looking forward. I did my quarter review and my update of my annual review, and the first quarter was productive. I was productive, but it was hard. And there was a lot of decisions I had to make about the Discord and how much time I was allotting to things. And I'm really weighing the options of taking a part-time job, which would put me with 3 jobs. And so I'm weighing that option now, and what I can delegate, what I can take off my list. But I'm always taking clients for writing coaching. There's a free consultation, links down below and at Buy Me a Coffee. And so that's for a quick consultation of 2 weeks or a full month of consultation. So yeah, mostly in March I prepped for this new book, which is book 5 in the Fire series. And this is Nate's story. And if you've read any of the novels up to now, you've met Nate. You barely met Nate in the first book. He was kind of in a list of people that came to help Raven because of Tony. And then in the second book, The Fire Inside, you get to spend a little bit more time with Nate. And in this book, Nate has left the SEALs and he is now part owner, Bastion Securities LLC. And he's kind of trying to figure out what it means to be a civilian, be a civvy, because he's been in the Navy for quite some time, and he was in the Navy longer than the rest of them. So yeah, it's a little bit of he's kind of been floating. He's trying to get his trust back, who he trusts, who he doesn't trust, and is this really what he wants to do? He's not really sure. And finding out about him and what his personality was, I use Myers-Briggs personalities because they're easy to find. I can type in how would this personality handle the frustration? What would be their go-to for handling that, which is really easy to pick up and just kind of go, well, okay, yeah, that's about it for March. So I hope that you keep up with me. Check out my tea times, links down below to all of the other tea times, because I read from the books. So the first tea time is Into the Fire, and then there's the second playlist of book 2, which is The Fire Inside. And that's what we're reading right now. And I kind of tell you what's been going on, and we chit chat. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy April. I hope the second quarter of the year is a successful quarter for you. And if you want to hang out with me daily and you're a writer, I have a writers group on Discord called On the Wings for Writers. You can also find us on Facebook and other places, and I will share those links down below. Happy April.